Hello and welcome back to my videos and welcome back to my channel. Today is a new day and today it's a video about the Peugeot 406 Coupe. As I dropped a tiny bomb in the previous video where I mentioned that I want to put a V8 into the Peugeot 406 Coupe, I want to explain a little bit more. So, first of all, I want to work on this, so I started today with measuring the engine bay, and I also wanted to see if an LS engine fit. So I went on to the website called GrabCAD, where you can find 3D models of a lot of different things. There is also an LS engine on there from Camaro, I believe, and there's also an engine and transmission dummy packaging model. Both I have used for this model and for my test. Because what I want to do is I want to see if the V8 LS engine actually fits inside the engine bay. Now, as you can see from this video, the LS will fit this car perfectly. The gearbox is in the right position, the gear shifter is in the right position, and the engine bay is plenty big enough to fit the headers and the engine, no problem, just as I expected, because the engine bay on the Peugeot 406 Coupe is enormous. And especially if you imagine that in a little tiny Miata, that engine will also fit. The issue is, however, that the front of the nose of the car dips down quite sharply. So in this example you can see a big air filter, cone filter on the front of the engine. That won't work. However, a regular Corvette intake will most likely just do fine. Now, I wanted to go back a little bit on the whole V8 thing. It is a little bit double, as you might have heard my previous comments where I said, okay, yeah, here in the Netherlands petrol is very expensive, insurance is very expensive, so that's why you don't see V8s here in the Netherlands, or you hardly ever see a V8 in the Netherlands. And you know, where for example in America almost everybody drives a V8, or a lot of people have at least one V8, for example. Here in the Netherlands you won't see that. So why would I then do that? Because petrol wise, weight wise, fuel wise, it doesn't really make sense. And you also mentioned me that yeah, I'm not a race car driver, I'm not a fast driver, I don't care for driving fast. No, that's also correct. So why would I then go this route? Why would I want to put a ginormous V8 in this car? Well, the goal for me is not so much wanting to have a V8 or anything like that. For me it is building a car period correct with the way I think it should have been built. And as I mentioned, the whole concept for me is that in previous generations a lot of companies used design companies like Pininfarina, Giugiaro, Bertone to design beautiful, elegant Italian bodies. And then they went to America for a big engine. And since this car is designed by Pininfarina, this is kind of the perfect car for this. I mean, it is a big car. It can fit a V8, as you can see from this video. So, and this is a beautiful car. It looks very fast. So why not put a V8 in it? Why not make it rear-wheel drive? And this is basically like my testament to building the ultimate OEM plus Peugeot 406 coupe. And yeah, so that is basically for me the point why I want to do this. And an additional point for that for me is that yeah, I like drifting, and drifting of course is what you do with a rear-wheel drive car. Another thing that's important for me is that what I like about a car is that a car is lazy fast, as I call it. Or I don't know if that's the way to call it, but yeah, I would like to call it lazy fast. What I mean by that is that it is a perfect car for cruising, just relaxed driving, plenty of torque, plenty of power. Whenever you want it, whenever you need it, it is there. And the V8s with a lot of torque, they provide that. They provide the nice and lazy, laid-back driving style that I like. And then when you put your foot down, there is plenty of power to do an overtake or do a little bit crazy or whatever. And so for me, what I want with this car is a car that is powerful, drivable, and just a cruiser. And I think this combination will most definitely do that. And therefore that is for me the most, it's an error correct. It is designed by an Italian design house with an American engine. It is lazy, quick driving, and to me that is the ultimate goal for this car. And yeah, for me, I want to do some aero upgrades to the body, and besides that, leave it as is. Some big wheels on it, nice suspension on it, and done. And of course redo the interior, because the interior is a little bit lame on this car. The seats are very nice, but they don't give a lot of support, and the dashboard is just plain suburban. So yeah, no, the interior needs something special, but yeah, I have an idea for that, and I will come back to that as well. In this video I showed that a V8 fits and I think belongs in this car. I hope you are just as excited as I am about this fact. And in the next video I will show what my dream Peugeot 406 coupe looks like. The aero bits that I was talking about, things like that, how I want to upgrade the car further, and also hints on what I want to do with the car in the upcoming year. And I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, tell me what you think about it, leave comments. If you want to subscribe, please do so, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.